It is Thursday morning. I'm Jason DeRusha. Welcome to CBSN Minnesota Daybreaker. Used to call it the 734, whatever we call it. It is your home for a daily digital news update. We're glad to have you with us on another challenging morning here in the city of Minneapolis. Let's get you up to date on the weather first, and then we'll dig into all of the breaking news that has happened since the overnight hours. Today's going to be muggy again, above average. We expect it to be about 78, 79 this time of year. 86 is what we're looking at around 4 o'clock. Just going to be sunny, still sticky. It's sticky out there right now. Tonight, keep your eyes out for the chance of a storm. It'll be dry early, but later on in the evening, meteorologist Riley O'Connor tells us it could storm. Still a hot one, though, 80 degrees, and then kind of cools off for the weekend, which should be nice. Now to our top story, the only story really in Minneapolis right now, a city on edge. Since the killing of George Floyd, now dealing with a night of chaos, a night of destruction, right centered on the heart of downtown Minneapolis. Let's talk about how this started. Obviously, this happens in context, right? In the context of a city being on edge, in the context of mistrust with what police officers are saying. So police say a crowd mistook a suicide for a police shooting, and the word spread. This morning, some cleanup underway. At least 20 businesses or buildings were damaged, vandalized, looted along Nicollet Mall and the surrounding street. This is the cleanup happening around 6:30 from outside Ruth's Chris Steakhouse this morning. A lot of destruction there. People went inside the restaurant, stole quite a bit of liquor from the bar. We've also learned IDS. The IDS office building is going to stay closed for the rest of the day. Hubert White, Nordstrom Rack, a lot of damage in those buildings. Let's show you Sky 4, which went up this morning, and you can see what Britt's Pub looked like from the air. There was a fire there at Britt's. Here's the Speedway gas station that's right by Lotus. This is on Nicollet Avenue, so it's kind of you head up Nicollet, it becomes Eat Street. And so the Speedway with windows bashed in. No word on what sort of looting there, but right next to the Speedway from Sky 4 is a liquor store. We saw that boarded up as well. Let's show you the fire that hit Britt's Pub. This happened around 11:30 last night. And Britt's Pub is right across the street, diagonal across the street from WCCO TV. Our team, when they saw this fire, they called 911 and no one answered. Obviously a lot going on, but no one answered the call when they called 911. You see a sheriff's deputy there with apparently a fire extinguisher trying to put out that fire. Fire department did show up. The damage is pretty intense over at Britt's. I was just over there. Tables in the dining room all burned up. The bar damaged. A lot of liquor stolen from inside Britt's Pub. Let me show you some more of the stuff we saw downtown, and this is, you know, pretty common up and down Nicollet Avenue. Windows bashed in. This in the same building as Britt's. This is the Caribou Coffee, and those just so much damage. This is the Lotus restaurant, family-owned restaurant at Franklin and Nicollet. CVS over there in that same area was just absolutely rampaged. Lund's in Byerly's has a liquor store that was smashed in. People stole stuff out of the liquor store. The grocery store not touched. I want to show you this video that was taken by Mike Carbo. Mike Carbo posted this on Twitter, and he told me that he was just leaving work and going to pick up a couple things at Target, and this is what he saw inside. Just people gleefully kicking, destroying. Just no excuse for this. Just absolute destruction there inside the Target. So let's go back again to what started all of this. And I had indicated that it was misinformation. And that misinformation, the rumors, does live within the larger context. So police say what started was a murder investigation. A guy killed somebody, according to police, downtown yesterday afternoon in a parking ramp A. Maybe you've parked there if you went to a Timberwolves or Lynx game or Target Field, or if you're a downtown commuter, this is one of the main ramps downtown. So this homicide happens in the ramp. Police trying to find the killer. And he ran off. They say ran off with a woman, and police say they spotted him not too far from Ramp A at 8th and Nicollet. So you can see that's really just about, what, 1, 2, 3. It's about 3.5 blocks away. And officers approached him, and they say he turned his gun on himself and killed himself by suicide. So Minneapolis police quick to release this video, right? Because when you have officers approaching, witnesses hear a gunshot and see someone go down, they believed, or they chose to believe, that the officer did it. This video trying to dispel the rumors, because it clearly shows the man did kill himself, but people on the street still had their doubts. Governor Tim Walz activated the National Guard to help quell unrest that broke out. He spoke at the state capitol last night and says this is an emotional time after what happened in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and what happened here with George Floyd.
And I just want to be very clear. The pain that people are feeling is real. The situation that was sparked again and reminds all of us of that, watching that 8.5 minutes of George Floyd's death, those are real. Those are real emotions that are out there. But to come together and fix those issues, they're not going to be fixed with violence or looting Target.
Governor's peacetime emergency declaration led to him mobilizing the National Guard. It takes a little while for the military police. You know, these National Guard soldiers are our neighbors, so they mobilize them. Military police unit mobilized. They got the state patrol. They're a little quicker, I would say. About 150 of those state patrol troopers were brought in, and so they all help Minneapolis police disperse the crowd, try to prevent more looting, and then make some arrests. We know there were at least a dozen arrests. In response to this, the mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey, declared a state of emergency in the city.
What our city needs right now is healing. We do not need more destruction. We do not need property damage. That is unacceptable in every way, shape, and form, and I want to be very clear, it will not be tolerated.
So the mayor put a curfew into effect. That started around 10 or so, and it went into effect until 6 this morning. We are told it will go into effect again at 10 p.m. until 6 a.m. Friday. So again, a curfew in effect at 10 tonight. Another place hit hard again is the Franklin Nicollet liquor store, which is sort of near the uptown area, right between downtown and uptown. This is the second time the store has been looted since May. They also tell us they've had 5 break-ins since that time. The owner, Dave, described what he saw as he arrived at the store.
I came down after I heard about it on the news or social media that this place was getting hit again. And I got here and there was no less than 15 cars in the parking lot, 25 people in the store, just in and out the doors they were going. They broke through the front door and the front window. And called 911, and the law enforcement was so busy with other things they could not come. They just said, stay away, be safe.
Dave estimates that the first time his store was hit cost about $250,000 in damage. He thinks this time it's going to be an even bigger loss. So those stories will continue to develop today. We'll be monitoring all of it for you here on CBSN Minnesota and all of our digital outposts here for WCCO. Appreciate you spending some time with us. We will get through this together. We will get better as a community as we talk about the underlying issues, and also make sure people who are breaking the law by destroying parts of family-owned businesses in our city face justice as well. Lots going on. We've got it for you here on CBSN Minnesota.